Hello, my name is Kia and welcome to my world. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience in New Haven, Connecticut, and we're going to be talking about the train ride on Amtrak and the hotel. So first up is Amtrak. So the ride was about three and a half-ish hours long. It really wasn't that bad. I was in coach, but I will say that moving forward, I will definitely be at least buying my tickets in business class. If I have to go somewhere that's longer than if I just have to go somewhere. The issue for anyone who's probably taken Amtrak is that coach is ridiculously crowded and it's really hard to find seats. And with business class and first class, they're assigned seats. So at least with those, I know I have a seat, it is mine, and no one else can take it. When I was going, there were a lot of us that got on, and we were walking just from car to car, trying to find a place to sit. And you've got people who like to put their legs on the chair and act like they get the whole row to themselves. You've got people who have jackets and things on there, you just have no idea, and so you're basically just asking the person, is this seat empty? And who knows if they're telling you the truth. It's still a pandemic, it's COVID, people don't want to be super close to each other, but we're all on the train, we all bought a ticket, we all deserve a seat, so it's just moving on. I'm gonna make sure that I have my own seat, that I won't be the person who's walking up and down train cars looking for a seat, so I can just get in, sit down, and be comfortable. Now, moving on to the hotel. So the hotel where I stayed at was called New Haven Hotel. Very specific, very easy to remember. Walking in, it was really nice. They had a really nice spacious lobby that had a fireplace, they had couches and places with tables where you could sit. No one was really in there when I was down in the lobby. From what I could tell, people were just waiting for Ubers and things like that. No one was really down there working or hanging out or anything like that. But if that was something that people wanted to do, there's plenty of space for that, and it's a nice environment. This hotel, I'm not sure if their restaurant was closed or if they just didn't have one because of COVID, or just didn't have one. But the other wasn't really a restaurant. They did have a little cafe. The desk where you checked in, right behind it, there was a cafe, and there was all kinds of stuff there, from fruit, cereal, different kinds of breakfast foods to different kinds of snacks and stuff like that. And they also sold wine and beer and ciders, which is something that I've never seen in a hotel. So that's a nice little incentive type thing for folks who don't want to have to venture out and find a wine and spirits or anything like that. They can just go to the hotel lobby and it's right there. I got a couple things for breakfast because I was going to be there for breakfast for 2 days, and then a snack that I could eat throughout the weekend. Another thing that I really did like about this place is that you could check in and check out online. They sent you emails close to your check-in date, and you can fill in all kinds of information when you check in online, like your credit card information. They would you could put in your estimated time of arrival, because check-in is a time, and I usually try to get there as close to check-in time as possible, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to get there until around 4 o'clock, and I just get a little worried, and I don't want them to think that everyone's going to get there at 3 o'clock on the dot, and if they don't, then they're just not going to show up. So it was nice to be able to put that in there ahead of time. And then I want to say an hour or so before I got there, I want to say maybe it was 1:30ish, they sent an email your room is ready, and your room number was there and everything. So I did the check-in online, so when I got there, it was a really basic, simple thing. I just showed them my ID and the card that I had on file, and they gave me my room card, and that was that. And then checking out was really simple. You just give them the room number and like your last name or whatever. You say you're checking out, and then you can just leave. I went to the desk to give my cards back because I didn't know what to do with them. But I'm pretty sure you probably could have just left them in there and they would have just known that you were gone. Oh yeah, another thing that I wanted to mention about the cafe is that if you forget your card, that's fine. They'll just charge it to your room. And they had this little self-checkout thing going on, so you just like scan it and pay for it there, but it's much easier to just have it go to your room. And I mean, the prices for stuff, they weren't on anything, which was interesting in how they get you, but I only got a few things, so I wasn't really a big deal. And it wasn't like super expensive. I think like I got a thing of fruit, a bowl of cereal that came with milk, and like one of those personal size Pringle cans, and that was like less than 15 bucks, but it was like more than 10, so maybe like 13 bucks. So was it overpriced? Yeah, but it's still not like it was $25. Now moving on to the room. So I got their executive king room. It wasn't really like, I don't know if you would call it a suite. It wasn't a one bedroom or anything like that. If you've seen the vlog that I posted, I did a whole tour of the room. But just to recap, you walk in, the bathroom's right there. There's like a separate door and everything for the bathroom, which I liked because sometimes it's just open and the sink is over here and like the toilet and the shower's over here. But it was all in one room off to the side, and then you keep walking through, and the bed, which was like a really nice size bed, was right there. There was a closet that had a safe in it, and you know, all that typical stuff, but it did come with a robe, which was really nice. And after I sprayed everything down, yes, I did wear the robe. It was a nice addition. And there was also like a big screen TV. There was a very nice sized desk. Like it was long, but it also had the underparts that you could pull out, and you could even rotate it like that. So yeah, it was a really nice desk and a really nice sized TV, and also there was a refrigerator. The only thing that they didn't have was a microwave, and it's kind of a bummer because you can't warm up your food and you can't bring any food that needs to be warmed up. And I'm pretty sure I saw something like that, like oatmeal or something, in the cafe. So it's like, how on earth are we supposed to eat this if there's no microwave for us to warm it up? And then there was also a nice sized couch that was also a pull-out bed, and there was this ottoman there too that was really nice. The only other issue that I had with the room, so on the desk there were like all these outlets and different input things, kind of like the red, white, yellow one that they have to put in like a DVD player or something like that. And there was also like HDMI ports on there, which led me to believe that it connected to the TV. And because of prior experiences, I now bring my Fire Stick wherever I go, just in case I can plug it in. And so I had it with me, and I saw that there was a port for it on the back of the desk, and so I put it in there, and it fit, and I plugged it in. And when I went to the TV to push the input buttons, I went to every single one that I could, and it was not picking up anything. So I don't know if it was just not working in my room, or if it was just not a thing that they have there at all. I wasn't there that long, and I had my tablet with me, so I didn't really, it wasn't really like I was pressed and needed to have my Fire Stick plugged in so I could watch stuff. I just watched regular TV, cable, and used my laptop, or not my laptop, my tablet to watch stuff. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, and the Wi-Fi, it was okay. There wasn't much that I was doing besides like YouTube videos and things like that, and they played fine. The only little issue was that when I signed in on my phone, and then I tried to sign in on my tablet, and it wasn't working. And I don't really understand how that works. I don't know if it's like one device per room or what, but eventually I was able to sign on to their Wi-Fi using my tablet, but that wasn't until the next day. Like the night that I was there, I used my hotspot because that was the only option. Like it just, the page to like sign in and make sure you were like officially connected would not load. It wouldn't pop up like it would on my phone. And so I was just like, forget it, I'll just use my hotspot. It wasn't that big of a deal. But then Saturday and Sunday, it worked fine. So that is what I have to say about the hotel and Amtrak. Would I recommend either of them? Yes. Amtrak, if you can't do business or first class, then you know, coach is coach. It's not super cramped. And the hotel, yeah, I would definitely recommend. Also, the hotel was surrounded by a lot of different places where you could go eat that were walking distance. There were like little marts and like places that you can go to get stuff that they didn't have in the cafe. Like I went to this little corner store that had so I can get like a bottle of water to have for the weekend and just like something to snack on again. So it is in a really nice area and it's right by Yale, so there are a lot of younger people around. There was also a community college that was around the corner from where I was staying, so it's a good spot because they have those things there and they know like college kids are going to be going around and they need places to eat and they need little quick marts to go to. So it was nice in that area, and I think it was far enough away from the school where like you weren't like dealing with all of the nonsense that happens on college campuses. So yeah, I think it was at a pretty nice place, and it was only like, it was less than 10 minutes away from the train station driving, so it wasn't that bad at all. So all in all, yeah, I would recommend it. It is pretty nice. And I think the room size that I have could probably fit 4 people if 2 shared the bed and the pull-out couch. But yeah, it was really great. And if you've stayed there, let me know what your thoughts was. Was your experience different from mine? The stuff that was going on in the room that I talked about, let me know. Until next time, bye.